Hey folks, I want to tell you little stories from yesterday. Yesterday was an amazing day. Actually, I never expected such a thing, but it just turned out to be really cool day. Now, I knew that I'm gonna be going. I wanted to go afternoon to there's a knife club. It's called Imperial Knife Club, and I never knew about such a thing. But they're actually a USN member. Noticed that I'm from New York in some post, and he going, hey, there's every month there's a knife meeting in such and such time. Come by, you might enjoy it. First I thought that it actually was a USN meeting, but what it happened to be is actually old school knife makers and knife collectors. A lot of the people are actually knife makers there. Some of them more famous. Actually, I don't know the names, but I really don't know many custom knife makers. I know more current ones. But there was person, I'm not sure, I don't have my phone there. One supposed to be really famous because people said that he had blades in, like a Blade magazine, on the cover of Blade magazine, and his knives were selling. I think he's not making knives anymore, maybe once in a while, but people said like, that guy, that's a big deal. Like, his knives are selling for thousands and thousands of dollars. And he had one of his old knives there. Never seen such a thing. Really amazing. I definitely want to make. I didn't feel very comfortable yesterday because they are older gentlemen. It's a little different than on the knife show. People go on the knife show with with intention of promoting themselves. I didn't want to bother people there with the camera and everything. I was really youngest by far there, and didn't want to do the videos. But I'll probably try to make some videos next time, because I definitely want to go. I enjoyed it. It might not be for everybody, but I enjoyed it very much because there's a very experienced skilled knife makers, and they had all different tips and tricks to offer me when we talk. I brought some of my blades. I thought I'm gonna show it to some USN guys, but actually ended up showing it to some skilled seasoned knife makers, and they showed a lot of support, very kind and friendly words, and it was an amazing experience, really cool. Who else? This guy I actually remember from my first knife show here in New York, Jim Merola. He's making custom kitchen knives, but also very beautiful, elegant looking gentleman folders. Liner locks with beautiful Damascus, fancy bolsters and stuff like that. And this is kind of like a business card. It's a picture of his kitchen knives. If you notice, that's actually, you see that people who really are into kitchen knives and know something, you see this shape in their blades very often. Kylie has chef knife like that. Vogue's knives has chef knife like that. And if you really think about it, it actually reminds me rounded off my reverse Santa blades. Just a little different, this is done for a kitchen, but look how beautiful they are. It's incredible. He actually does take custom orders, so some of you guys that are chefs and are really into the high-end kitchen knives, hey, give him a call, why not? And I'm gonna show you next time. Some of his folders. They are amazing, and I was actually invited to come by sometimes to his shop to maybe make some videos over there about certain things, the way he does it, and definitely want to show some of his work, because his work is very, again, might not be my taste, might not be your taste, because they are just elegant looking, liner locks, folders, gentleman folders, but I guarantee you there are people who's gonna be amazed by that. And even though they are not my type, incredible craftsmanship, and I can appreciate it. And I had a great time there. It was fun. It gave me a lot. I spent there. I thought that I'm gonna be there maybe an hour, 2 hours. We ended up leaving there at 10 afternoon, like 10 in the night. It was good. And even though I was so much younger than everybody else, nobody made you feel uncomfortable. Everybody was very friendly, talked to you, and it was a very good experience. So if you guys are here in New York, are interested, get in touch with me in email or something. Next month, you don't have to do it now. It's every second Wednesday in a month, and I can give you address and everything, and you can come by, and you can actually, it's a couple dollars. I paid it because you have always coffee there, you have some cookies and stuff like that. So it's like, you don't have to, but if you want, you can pay $25 and you actually are a member. You get a little card. You can actually set up the table, you can sell stuff there if you want to, you know, if the people want to buy it. But it's a really cool thing, really cool experience. And another funny story, yesterday we were doing a job in my regular, you know, job. We were doing security cameras at the new pizzeria store in a very, very bad neighborhood in Pitkin. It's like really shady neighborhood. I heard people there say that there's a shooting every night there in that kind of neighborhood. Go figure, right? Gun-free New York City. Yeah, they care about laws. And about lunchtime, there were 2 new NYPD cops just stopped by to check out, you know, neighborhood. It's their you know, area, so they stop by inside to check out, you know, what's the new business about, what, you know, when they're gonna open and stuff like that. Kind of, you know, I thought it was nice because you see that they actually care about people, about businesses. So I thought it was interesting and nice. They started talking to us about the cameras. Obviously they were interested in, you know, oh, what you do now, what kind of system, how it works, and, you know, keeping up with the trend, you know, what's going on. And we started talking a little bit here, a little bit there. I threw in the topic about the guns, you know, what they think about the guns. They just, you know, rolled their eyes. They weren't really like gun guys like a lot of us or a lot of you guys, or knife guys, but they still had common sense. And was, come on, it's ridiculous. Like, it's not gonna do anything. Like, it won't really make much difference in New York City, but it's still, you know, common sense. You know, you cannot take guns from law-abiding citizens because criminals will never care about it. And they knew that. And then it kind of shifted into the knife talk, and one of the cops was actually a knife guy. Not crazy, but he had like a benchmade on him. And we started talking. The other guy was a huge paintball fan. So we really hit it off with the 2 cops. We ended up leaving with both of them taking my number, and, you know, I'll call you when I want to, you know, have some help to buying a knife or something. It was really amazing. It was really cool. And they were you know, remember when I was talking about how I appreciate and how I respect cops, and in my case here in NYPD, but in general cops and soldiers, it's because you always hear, it's same like with the guns, you know, you always hear only the bad stuff in the news. You never hear about the good stuff. You never hear about how people abuse them and attack them, and why certain things happen the way they do. You never hear that. You only hear about the bad stuff. Same like with the guns. You don't hear how many people a day are saved because of the CCW. Somebody saved somebody because they had a gun on them. Somebody stopped something because they had a gun on them. You never hear about those. And there is far more of those than the bad stories. You know, there's far more of the good stories than the killings and stuff like that. Trust me. And it's same with the cops. They were telling me, like, in that neighborhood where they are, you know, 2 female officers just patrolling, and somebody just attacked them and punched them in the face and break their bones. And come on, really, females? They say that when somebody's suspicious or something, you know, or something happens and they're going to arrest somebody and stuff, like, people fight with them and stuff like that. I mean, you never hear about that. You never hear how people are disrespectful and nasty towards the cops. Because, you know, again, people have their picture in their mind, you know, cops are bad, cops are corrupted, cops abuse their power. No, it's not true. Maybe some, but definitely most of them, no. And that's why I was always trying to, you know, when I got so much hate with those videos before, when I was supporting the NYPD because of what happened, I'm always gonna do that. Because you're never gonna hear that story, you're never gonna hear the good stories, you're always gonna hear the bad stories. And when you hear the bad stories in the news over and over, they create this bad image about cops, you know. These cops are no other people than any one of us. They're the same people, you know. Some of them do bad things because they have the power, but mostly no. Mostly they're the same good people, I guess, you know. I don't like that. I don't like that term, but it is a very fitting term. It's like sheepdog, you know. They are the sheepdogs of our society. So guys, hope you enjoyed the little story time. Thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, and remember, don't cut yourself.